Hello and good evening. I'm back now that the 8th anniversary is live and we have ourselves the draw sets and new outfits available, and it's live now, so just thought I'd make a quick video covering this other characters available for this draw set, just because I thought, you know, if there are any new players out there that they've just started, they want to get like a quick boost into like just jumping straight into the game, they want a strong character like to start with and like just get right in there. Maybe you'll find this video helpful. Also, if maybe you're a veteran as well, you just want someone to like go over the list of characters that are available, and maybe it'll be better for you to just decide from that. So yeah, let's go over it. Pretty exciting, this 8th anniversary. We got a lot of things happening. Even I'm pretty lost because I haven't really followed up on it much lately because I've been pretty casual. Except for this month. I consider myself kind of a seasonal player now that I have like everything that I kind of wanted and needed. Except with this draw set available, like right here, there are a few select characters that I am after, so that's why you know, I thought I'd just make a video of it. But anyway, aside from that, let's go over it real quick. So I looked at it briefly already. I don't think, yeah, not every single character in the game is available. I think it's only for the characters that are available this upcoming gala. I don't know if it continues on to the end of the month, like, you know, you have your other characters like, what is it? Your Lakefest grind units, I believe. Yeah, I'm so rusty, but yeah. But now, yeah, we have our mid-month gala characters available. We also have some recent seasonal holiday / Valentine characters, I think. Valentine? Actually, I need to check again about that, but yeah, we have those as well, and some seasonal limited time summons, so that's pretty neat. And the reason why I want to cover a video on this is because this 8th anniversary suptix is only obviously available once per year, and it's pretty big, and it's quite, and if you're a free-to-play player like I used to be, I do consider myself still, but except for today, I'm gonna go all out just because we know why not. But yeah, if you do consider yourself a free-to-play player, and if you're to choose, like, you know, if you're to buy one thing in this game, I would recommend, and a lot of people would, to be this subtext right here. It'd be during the anniversary, only because you have access to a list of like all the seasonal characters, well, most of the seasonal characters in the game, and these seasonal characters are hard to come by. They only come around the time of during that seasonal period, so if you get like a holiday character that you want, you're gonna have to wait a whole entire year for that holiday period to come back around, and for some people are just impatient. They don't want to wait the entire year just to get that same character and maybe not even get it in the first place. Like, it's still a gotcha in the end, but at the end of the day, it's still up to chance. But with this ticket, you're able to get them straight off the bat, so that's why it's really valuable, this one. And if you're a free-to-play player, and if you were to decide which one to buy anything in this game, it would be this. So do consider it if you want to spend a little money on this game. But yeah, I'll go over the characters that would make this ticket worth it, but let's just go briefly over what is and not available. I don't think we have... Actually, no, I'll check later. We'll get into it. So let's look at the list. First thing I'd recommend would be obviously to choose a character, a seasonal one at that. And by which seasonal, you'd want to go to the filter, and you'd want to start off with the seasonal period that was the most recent. Why I say that is because, well, the most recent one would be probably Valentine's. That was just last month, and the reason why I recommend this is, since this was last month, and if you missed a character that you really wanted during this period, you're gonna have to wait an entire year for it to come all the way back around to go and take your chances on summoning them again. And to wait a whole year is, you know, requires a lot of patience if you're really after a certain character. So The priority here would be to go for a Valentine's character if you were after that previously. And then from here you'd want to work backwards, so it would be Valentine's Yukata during New Year's, January. And then before that would be Halloween. Oh, I think it's holiday, Halloween, and then summer. So summer would be the last on the recommended priority list, sorry, in terms of like the seasonal selection. If you come to think about it, the summer seasonals, the new summer seasonal list will be coming out pretty soon. That'd be the next one, maybe a couple months down the line, and that's pretty recent. And it'd be unfortunate if during that time you'd pull that character that you pulled from buying from this ticket. Think about that for a bit, and what I'm saying is it's most recommended to get a seasonal that would have been the most recent. So that is if you're after someone from any of the most recent ones. So we're gonna go work backwards. We'll go Valentine's first. We have these Grimner, who I'm looking at the moment. I'm pretty sure I'm likely to get him. Highly recommended. Top tier character, and on saying that, if you want to know which characters are the best, I'll have a link down in the description, like a tier list of you to like just cross-reference and see which character is most suitable for you, or any character that you just think of like working towards like a whole team in a specific element towards you know, later when you progress further on. That's also recommended if you're gonna go down that route. But anyway, let's keep going. Agavel's good too, especially so because I think the upcoming Guild War would be light advantage, and that's also a criteria on what I would recommend for this specific suptix, would be to choose a light character if you have no one specifically in mind, just so you'd have some advantage during that time, during the Guild War. So if your light team's weak, or if it needs a bolstering, Agavel, I believe he's at least over 9.5 on the rating in the tier list. He's skill based. I have him as well. Pretty broken. You want to optimize him by using a skill based grid, and he just, you know, spams his skills non-stop, and pretty broken if I do say so myself. Highly recommend if you want to focus on the Guild War upcoming. So note that down. As for that, I think yeah, those two I think I'd recommend. It'd be Agavel and Grimner. Monica's not bad too if you run Earth, but I don't think she's kind of necessary, but she is a fun character to play with. So that's the Valentine's selection. We'll work backwards. Yukata. Ingwe's alright. I use him myself. More of a defensive kind of unit. More so for maybe harder content where he wants like tank damage, or an enemy that like does like a lot of hits, because he does counter a lot, which is his shining point. I forgot what boss it was that he shines really well in. I think it was Phronesis. Not that I know, because I don't even fight high level bosses, but anyway, yeah, he's good for that boss fight. Let's keep going. Izmir, she's recent. I don't know if she's good. I don't really focus on my fire grid much, but she looks like an option. Siegfried, is alright. Yeah, not too much from this list. I think Rizamia's alright as well, but I don't see many people using her. I think a few people do, but I just don't really know her kit well, so I'm not gonna recommend. Let's go back. Halloween. Nope, holiday. So, Altair. I pulled him. I haven't actually leveled him up yet. I haven't even looked at his kit, but yeah, sorry, I'm pretty casual, but if only I made this video like maybe a year ago, maybe I'd be more in depth with this kind of recommendation list. Now I'm just going off of, you know, just favoritism at the moment, as like Mirren. I'd go for her too. I don't really know her kit. I think she's Oogie based, but yeah, Mirren's good. Magisa's good. She's good for Earth. I think she's, yeah, high tier as well. Maybe 9.5 up. Lily's good. Defensive. So she's got a lot of buffs. So pretty good. What else? Huh. This goes without saying. If you don't have her, and if you want to build like a strong Earth team, then this one definitely. Narmea all the way. Meteon I think is good, but I'm more so for the characters, not really for usability. So scratch that. My hero is good too for, and do realize she's light, so she will also be good for the upcoming Guild War. She's I looked at her kit briefly. She's a really good buffer, especially for drawn out longer battles. So maybe she'll be useful if you're fighting against, you know, the Nightmare 95 and up kind of bosses in Guild War. If you can even like get up to that point. I don't know how early game you are playing or late, but this one is a star. She's a high tier character and very recent too. So moving on. Halloween. Rosetta, I think is good. Zeta and Vasaraga, they're still not outdated. I think they're still viable in this day and age. I don't have her myself, but I know she's good. Vane's good. He's got a nice passive ability, increases your defense by 50%, and if he's a sub member. So even if you don't use him, he's good just to have in the sideline. I wish I had him, but I'm not gonna really use my ticket on Vane, I think, for this. I'd use a ticket on someone that I'd use on the main line rather than someone on the back line. So, but then again, on saying that, I think he's also good in the front line, depending on how you use him. But I'm just gonna skip that. Yeah. So next, Summer. This will be the most closest one upcoming, so keep in mind. Most of these are outdated. I think, yeah, you could still, they could still be used depending on your grid. If you have a strong grid, they're still, yeah, definitely viable. But let's go further down, see if there's anything newer. Europa. I wanted her from like day one, but never eventually got her. And eventually, I just realized, you know, she's water element. Water element's my weakest. I don't really play with water much, so that's unfortunate. But I do like the art, so I don't know. Maybe one day, by chance. Hellel's good too. I think she's a buffer. Oogie based as well, maybe something like that. But I know she's good endgame. Oh, that's a lot of pages, hold up. Alright, let's go speed this up a bit. Kololu's good. Enmity based. Kumbira, definitely good. I don't know her kit though, but I think she's skill based on her weapon, which increases supplemental, it puts supplemental damage to skill damage, so that's what I'm guessing. She's skill based, so if you run something like that, that's pretty good. Siegfried, I'm not sure. I don't know much. Anila, yeah, good all-rounder. Can't go wrong with what setup you use her in. Similar to Grand John, the Arc, how she gives guaranteed triples upon her Oogie to all members, so that's pretty good. And Dira, wanted her a long time ago, but never got her, but recommended too, just because she's not only one of the 12 generals, but she's also, yeah, seasonal, just like any of these others. Keep on going. Shiva, very new. I think he is a holiday character, so he came out during, I think, yeah, around Christmas or the end of last year. Very new. Again, a lot like Guild rules coming up, so he's good for that. Unlike Mahira, I think he's more so for short battle kind of setups. So yeah, could be potentially good for maybe OTK running with like Relic Buster, because he's got like I think unworldly damage upon his like Oogie, so pretty good. Silva, no, not good for Earth tag team setups as well. Zui, kind of outdated now, but if you wanna go for it. I don't know if many people still use. Oh, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, Emerald's still valid in Dark these days, but she's been shadowed over by like Ferial and Lich these days. Dark's gone slowly closer to skill-based like meta, so Zui's still kind of there, but yeah, I don't know. Alexiel, kind of old unit, but really good defense, like for Earth. Can't go wrong with that, especially for like many win endgame bosses. She's usually the staple. Amira, she's fun to use, but yeah, not really recommended. Meg's good for, you know, dark triple attacks and stuff like that. Paired up with 6. And there was that other character. I can't think of it from the top of my head. Is it Nier? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, meta for some certain setups. Sabina, don't see her much, but I think she's decent. Korra, obviously if you want to join in on the Wind OTK, or not even OTK, it's just the Korra Narmea combo that you see everywhere, everyone doing in Wind. It's freaking nasty, it's filthy damage, but I did consider getting her as well this time around. It's either between Korra or Grimnir. They're both seasonals, as well as them being very limited, but I'm closer to deciding on getting Grimnir this time around only because Valentine's was last month, and Korra being a swimsuit unit, she will return come summer, and I have a second chance on getting her then. It'd be optimal for me if there were a ticket specifically for her, because I don't want to like farm crystals anymore and like, you know, just try my luck at getting these characters. They're just so hard to get now that I have like I have like most of the characters I need. I only need these like 1 or 2 specific characters left, and you know, it just angers me that I don't have. It's like incomplete right now. So if I just have these 2 characters, then I'm all set. Like my win team's like done, finished, bam. But yeah, these 2, Korra and Grimnir. I think I'm still gonna go with Grimnir. So yeah, I'll have my second chance at Korra later on during summer. Liminal, kind of meta for Fire, along with who's that Evoker Priest guy again? What's his name? I'm forgetting these names. Alanon, right? Yeah, something like that. Water Narmea. Huh. I think the only Narmea I don't have yet. Is she good? I think she had a rebalance recently. I don't see people talking about her much, so. Well, Lucio's good. And Albert's alright. I just play him because, you know, he's my favorite character. He's not exactly the best, but he's alright, he's decent. So, once you look over the seasonals, and, well, if nothing piques your interest, which I recommend you should get one anyway, maybe you're gonna regret it later on if you need like a certain character from like one of the seasonal selections, because you're gonna have to like wait a long time. But if you really don't have anyone from these seasonal selections, I guess you can move over to Grands and the 12 Generals. It's not the actual original 12 Generals that are available, it's only the new second variations, so which are still good. I've already talked over most of these. They're all seasonals, so good choices too. So with Grand, yeah, can't go wrong with choosing a Grand character. They have good weapons for building primal grids, as well as good just overall characters to use in like any content. But do keep in mind, Grand units do come back every single like gala, which is like every mid-month of the month, every end of the month, so on and so forth. So you always have a chance there. It's always there available to you. Just do keep that in mind when selecting a grand unit from this list, when you have the power to select a character from the seasonal selection, for example. That's the only difference with this suptix. Any other suptix during like the year, like maybe during summer, I'm guessing you'd only have like a selection between those specific summer units and, you know, your standard grand units. So you have that selection still in the future. So for this suptix in particular, it's recommended from me to you that you should get a seasonal unit based around the calendar, depending on when they are next available, or even their immediate use. Consider these two things when choosing a character. If you can't really choose, you do have until the end of this period, which is the end of the month, for this anniversary to end. So do take your time and go over it. Just maybe play around with your team for a bit, see what you really need, and then decide from there. But I'm not going to go every single grand character. You can look it up yourself, but the same rules apply for this, for my recommendations. If you want a grand character, I'd recommend going with someone that's from the light attribute, just because the guild war is upcoming. So if you don't want anyone from light, I guess, well, we don't really know when the next guild war is and what attribute, so, or what element. So I can't really recommend anything from there, but light's the way if you're not really sure. Some characters that I recommend would be Jeanne d'Arc, good overall. Like I mentioned before, she's kind of the same as Wind Anila. Oh, is that it? See, the most recommended I would say from light would be Nihan or Nehan, but he's not on the list. I think it's because it's the wrong gala period. I don't know if he's gonna appear in the list if you wait until the end of the month. If you do know, if any of you know, maybe just mention it in the comments if you know anything about that. I'm not sure how it was for last year. I don't know if this list changes depending on the gala period. So I'll just hold off on that for a little bit, but if you're gonna go for a light grand, definitely go for Nihan. Staple, very staple in light setups. But yeah, that goes for, yeah, I think that's it for the characters. Hold up, let me reset this. Yeah, mostly already went over the characters you should prioritize that I recommend. If you don't want any characters, summons, I'd only ever recommend the Optimus series if you're trying to go primal. I don't know what else they have. 6 dragons, I guess. If you want to boost your specific element, just like a little tad. It's not that big. It's not that much of a big difference to have these ones in your sub auras, but yeah, Optimus series, way to go. If you're going primal, primal is always the way if you want to go end game content. I mean, well, Magna's okay too, but it's just so much more fun going primal. Trust me. Like, you can run primal free to play. You know, I'm still free to play. Actually, for the most part, I think the most I spent in this game would be maybe $40. I was desperate one time getting a suptix, and I got this random draw thing, which I heavily regret because I didn't even get the character that I wanted. It was still a gacha by the end of the day, so it's not guaranteed like this suptix, which is for the same value of $40 AUD. That is. But yeah. So one of these. I think that's it. Do they have any of these? Dynamis? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, it's only these two. Wait, oh, Genesis maybe? Oh, nothing as well. So yeah, that's it for the recommendations. Do let me know what you think. Maybe you can recommend something else that I didn't mention as of yet. Oh my, wait a minute. It's already been 25 minutes. I only meant to go over this like pretty briefly, but I guess I just drag it out a little bit, sorry. Yeah. Guess I'll end it there. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Yeah. Happy anniversary, I guess. Happy grinding. I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Whatever that may be.